Hi, for those that don't know me, I'm Virginia Walton, and I'm an executive burnout coach helping women optimize their productivity while prioritizing their self-care. Prior to starting my coaching practice, I had spent 24 years in the banking and finance industry, where I worked my way from teller at a small community bank to senior vice president of a $27 billion bank by the age of 38. I'd love to tell you that was super easy and that I did everything right. Nope. The secret for how I got that far, I worked with a coach and I worked on me. But I nearly burned out along the way. And I would hate for anyone else to experience that. So now I look to help other women have the same or greater, ideally greater success than I had, but doing it a little smarter than I did and not burning out along the way. So, it's Thanksgiving week, right? A lot of talk about gratitude happens this week, right? Posts, cards, family gatherings. It's important. It's great. But do you make gratitude a habit the other 51 weeks of the year? And if you're like, well, yeah, I say thanks all the time. No, that's not quite it. Gratitude is really important. And having a habit of it will make a world of difference in how you feel and how you show up, right? So even if you're like, I'm just going to power through. You want to work smarter? Start practicing some gratitude the other 51 weeks out of the year. So this is going to seem ironic. I'm going to say, let's be selfish for a minute, right? You're like, wait, selfish? And I talk about gratitude? Yeah. There's a lot of benefits to you by practicing gratitude. Of course, being grateful and being thankful is great for those around you. But let's focus on what it really does for you as a person, right? It lowers your stress. Taking time to focus on all the things that you are grateful for and that you have creates it lowers the cortisol in your body. So it generates a actual chemical reaction in your body and lowers your stress. Who wants less stress? Yeah, we all do, right? I don't buy into the, I do better under stress. You don't. Not to mention, listen, if you're a woman in my age group, that stress hormone starts to pack on the pounds. So again, we're going to be selfish for a minute. You want to lower that cortisol, not just for the stress, but for your weight. Forget about the vanity side, but for your health. Listen, I will totally admit that I didn't always do that right. Several years ago, I was doing a major project on my house, and I had saved and set aside, so I had a budget. And then I got the quote from the contractor. I hadn't saved and set aside enough. I freaked. I went right to the pantry. Entire bag of cookies. Gone. That's not the best way to handle a stressful reaction, right? I know I'm an emotional eater, and I've learned to address that. But, right, when you get stressed, do you go for the cookies, the chocolate, the wine? Does that ever really make you feel better? Especially this time of year, we enjoy a lot of goodies. But come January, do we feel good about it? No. So let's start practicing some gratitude so you feel better, right? And stop going for that instant gratification of the wine and chocolate and cookies. And do something that will actually not only lower your stress, but be better for you physically, right? So, listen, if I had, instead of freaking out and going, thought, okay, hey, you know what? I'm grateful I have a lot of this already saved. I know I can borrow the rest. I have the means. I have a wonderful contractor, so I know that I'm getting quality work. I'm not going to have to redo this. Okay. All right. Not what I thought, but it's okay. I can work this out. That would have been a much less stressful reaction if I approached it with all the things like, okay, look at all I already have towards this project, rather than eating a bag of cookies. I don't remember how they tasted. So, but I remember finding a solution, and I love my deck, right? I love what was done, and I'm grateful for it, and I enjoy it. See the difference? See how my face was different? We're going to talk more about your health. It's cold and flu season, right? Gratitude improves your immunity, your immune system. Yeah, you go ahead and Google it if you don't believe me. You can find all kinds of articles that speak to how having a habit of gratitude will improve the quality of your sleep. It lowers your blood pressure, and it reduces inflammation. That sounds better, right? It also, right? It's been a pretty couple tough years for us, right? A lot of challenges, regardless of what your situation is. As a society, we got thrown a curveball, right? We went through things we've never had to do. You know, I know when we're now able to sit at the family table, we're like, whoever thought you'd walk into a bank and they'd make you wear a mask? I was a teller, right? I would have freaked out if somebody came in wearing a mask and sunglasses. Now that's how we go everywhere, right? So we've had a lot of adversity thrown at us. Gratitude makes it easier to face that. Yeah. If you start every day with the things that you are grateful for, right? Your good night's sleep, that you have a job, that you're healthy, that your family is healthy, you know, that you live in a wonderful community, that you're going to see your family this week, that you're going to be able to celebrate together, not virtually. You're just going to feel better. You're going to walk into your day feeling better and more prepared. Why wouldn't you want to do that? Because I can guarantee, right? We said it lowers your stress. There's going to be stressors, always. No matter what you do, no matter where at stage of life, there's always going to be a stress. Wouldn't you like to be able to walk into it a little bit stronger? Yeah. Listen, if a friend or colleague or whoever you consider, you know, your trusted advisors in life said, hey, I have a pill that's going to lower your stress, improve your immune system, and give you the strength to face your day, you would be Googling where to find that before the conversation ended. Right? Come on. We all would. That sounds amazing. So yeah, developing a habit of gratitude takes a little bit more than swallowing a pill. But it's also easier if you're not a pill swallower. You just have to make it a habit. And if you're like, yeah, I know, but I struggled to do it. I do it, you know, for like a week or a couple days, and then I get busy and I forget. Okay, that's fair. Takes work to create a habit. So let's find some easy ways to start. Here's a really easy one that I did years ago, and it started making a difference in how I approach things. Stop signing your emails thanks. You're like, what? What's the difference if I say thanks or thank you? It makes a difference. Listen, I'm from Jersey. We get a little attitude-y. Thanks. You don't know how the person reading it. You can't be like, thank you. It's not the same, right? There's a difference between taking the time to say thank you versus thanks. Now, I'm not saying we do reply to all thank you. That's annoying. Okay, nobody needs that email because you're not really thanking everybody on the email. Take the 2 extra seconds to send that person, thank you. Go big. Thank you for whatever. Organizing the meeting, capturing the notes, putting the project plan together, sending me this information. It's a few extra seconds, but it'll change how you're thinking about it, right? Thanks, you don't think about. You're not really feeling that appreciation towards that person. Thank you for you are. And that person getting it, they feel that. They realize you took 3 extra seconds out of your day to say thank you to them for whatever, as opposed to thanks and kind of dismissing it. Like I checked the box with thanks. I didn't really mean it. I checked the box. Mean it. Say thank you. That's not that hard. It's easy. I actually was in a writing class where they said to say thank you. So that prompted me and I started making that change. What a difference. I felt. Again, be selfish. And think about the reader. They're going to appreciate it more. Win-win. Not that hard. Daily habit, right? And this one may be harder, where you're like, I don't have time in the morning to write down 1 or 2 or 3 things that I'm grateful for. Okay. Do you take a shower in the morning? Most of us do. You have some routine in the morning to get ready. Even if you're still working remotely, you gotta look right for Zoom or Google Meets or whatever video conference system you're using. While you're getting ready, you're probably the only one in the bathroom. Think about the 3 things you're grateful for, right? I didn't have time to sit down this morning and do my journaling, but I thought about it while I was getting ready. Hey, I'm grateful I got a good night's sleep, right? You can be grateful that you got up with your alarm and you didn't oversleep. You're grateful that the cat didn't puke in the hallway. Whatever. There's going to be things that you're thinking about in the morning that you're grateful for. Whew. You hear the traffic report. I'm grateful there's no accidents. I'm grateful I'm getting out of work before the holiday traffic starts, which apparently is making a comeback this year. Ideally, write them down. That's the best. It is much stronger and more powerful if you take pen to paper. I get it. That's not for everybody. Hey, there's an app for that. Seriously. Go into Google Play. Put in gratitude. You'll get pages of apps that prompt you to, express your gratitude and journal it. You can do it right on your phone. Okay? I personally think writing it on paper in a notebook or a journal, put it in your planner, right? So as you're going through your day, you've got a reminder when people start to annoy you and the you-know-what is hitting the proverbial fan, you can go back and look at it. You know what? I'm grateful it's a short week. I'm grateful I have so-and-so as my colleague at work to help me through this. Whatever. Put it where you'll see it when you get stressed. Find an app. Really. Make it happen. Put it on your calendar. You don't have to go put a reminder on your calendar, block 5-minute block or daily task. And there you go. So you got a reminder to do it. Yeah, I'm going to go old school again. You want a way to just start changing your mindset? Write a thank you note, a handwritten thank you note. It forces you to slow down because you're writing it by hand, not typing out an email. It changes your mindset because you're stopping to think, right? It's performance review time. Include a written thank you note to everyone on your staff. I remember over the years, employee engagement activities where every manager had to write this time of year. It was Thanksgiving, so every manager had to write a thank you note to their staff, or we were all given, every employee was given 5 blank cards. Write a note to 5 people who made your day better. over the next 2 weeks, something like that, right? You've probably had similar activities in your organization, right? And you may have rolled your eyes. I think I did. But it makes a difference. At the end of every field hockey season, I didn't do it when they were second and fourth graders, but since I started coaching, the preteens and teens, I write them each an individual thank you note, right? Saying something special about them and their season, something I appreciated in them, their effort, their humor, their commitment. Everyone was different. It made a difference to them. It made a difference to me because it forced me to sit down and be grateful for the opportunity I had with all these kids who aren't mine. This year is a little bit harder because we were coaching with another town. So I had 30 girls and I only knew 3 of them from prior years. So I had gotten to know the other 27 over the course of a couple months. And there was a lot of similar names, so I was struggling just to get the names down, let alone learn about them. I didn't think I'd be able to do it. Because I'm like, wow, I don't really know them. But by the end of the season, I was like, yeah, I'm going to go home tonight after our last game. And I sat down and I wrote each one a note. And you know what? One of them cried. I didn't want her to cry, but she was so touched that, what I said. I felt good that I knew I made an impact. I'm grateful for that child. I felt bad she cried, but it was a good kind of cry, right? Just as the same as, kids gave me thank you notes. Some just said, thanks for being my coach. One girl, it wasn't on a card. She just wrote it in around on the Dunkin' Donuts gift card she gave me on the card envelope. Hey, thanks for encouraging me to be more positive. I'm not going to throw away that little envelope for that card. That gift card will be long spent. But I know I made an impact on her because she took the time to handwrite a little note to me. Doesn't have to be a lot. But think about it, right? I worked in retail as a side job for years. And so I actually, my ex-husband was in retail. That's how we met. So I have friends who've worked in retail. And that's a tough gig, And I would hear the stories about people calling for the manager and the complaints he had to listen to or that his other managers had to listen to. And I thought, wow, people always take the time to complain, but they often don't take the time to say thank you. I've made a habit. I've called stores. I've called restaurants, and I asked for the manager. And you hear when they get on the phone, they're like, they're ready for the fight. And I said, I just want to let you know that so-and-so who just helped us was fabulous, right? And you hear the difference in their voice. So here, I did it while we were driving home. I wasn't driving. Didn't cost me any time. That manager now felt lifted. I'm sure they went and told that employee or that associate, and it made a difference in their day. That, listen, we got a positive call about you. Good job. And hearing that change in their voice made me feel better. It gave me all those things we talked about at the start, right? Lowered my stress, boosted my energy. So simple things. And once you get into the habit, like any habit, it comes easier, right? The hardest part of starting a new workout routine is the first few days. And then it just becomes routine, right? Like anything else. So start with simple things. Thank you at the end of an email, not thanks. Start your day with expressing gratitude. If you don't have time to write it down, say it in the shower. Say it while you're making your coffee. If you're back in the office on your drive to work, on your commute to work. Write handwritten thank you notes. Genuine ones. And if you need help to make it a habit that you take time every day, preferably in the morning, but hey, it's a great way to end your day too, or midday while you're eating lunch. Put it on your calendar. Make it a daily reminder. Find an app that works for you. Put it in your planner. I use a planner that has a section for it. It's time to buy new calendars, right? New planners. So if you're looking for a different one, there's a bunch. You can buy a gratitude journal. You can just take a notebook and start writing it every day. It doesn't have to be hard. Whatever will make it easy for you. But start. This is a great week to start and keep it going. So with that, I am grateful that you took the time to listen and be part of my community. I hope you've found it helpful. Maybe this wasn't what you needed to hear right now. Maybe you already have a habit of gratitude, but share with somebody else. You might be helping a friend more than you know. And if you're ready to make a change and you're like, this sounds great, I just don't know how. I've tried, I've struggled. I'm here to help. Let me help. Let's talk. Drop me a comment on Facebook, LinkedIn, here. My website is virginiawalton.com. You can drop me a note there. And with that, have a happy Thanksgiving. And I'm grateful that you took the time to try to work on you. Be well.